Nope. I bought some Ronnie 5 New Balance.
What's the colorway?
It's
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to this brand new episode of Restorations with Vic. Today we're going to be restoring these Air Jordan 15s, and I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. I did not do my research, so I don't know the exact name of these shoes. I'm going to guess they're related with UNC just because I see baby blue on here. But anyway, this is my first time ever doing a restoration on a pair of 15s, and just so you guys know my opinion on them, I think they're super ugly. I don't know who to wear these. I mean, it's an interesting looking shoe, I'll give it that, but it's ugly. As you can see, it's pretty dirty all around. The soles need some work, under the grime, all over the soles. I'm pretty sure there's yellowing, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to get rid of that. We'll see how it goes. So, let's get started. Next thing we're gonna do is insert our extra large shoe tree, since we are dealing with a size 11.5. Bingo. For this cleaning, from what I can see, is gonna need our sink aligning system. This shoe does have mesh on the inside, and you wanna get that as wide as possible. If we don't use our sink aligning system, all we're doing is pushing the grime deeper into the mesh. We're not really getting it out and getting, great results. That's why the sink aligning system is a must for this shoe. The only downfall is that these shoes are from 1999. That makes these really, really old. Close to 20 years, not quite there yet, but the shoe is old. But I'm prepared for the consequences. I don't think anything else on the shoe can, break. This rubber cage is, is still pretty healthy. It's not hard, so that's not gonna crack or break. The midsole is nice and firm. I don't see that deteriorating. Separation is probably the only thing that's gonna occur. But I forgot to mention this in the intro. There is already separation on this side of the shoe. There might be a little bit on this side. But like I said, I'm ready for the consequences. Big risk equals big rewards. So, for this shoe, the first thing we're gonna wanna do is squirt some Reshoevn8r solution into our bowl. The first brush we're gonna get started with is our all-purpose brush. If you guys didn't know, now you guys know. All right, so let us clean it up nicely. There are a couple stains that I see that are just not coming out, like those blue marks. We'll get that out later if it doesn't come out in the washing machine. Alright guys, so we're gonna give the all-purpose brush a break. I did as much scrubbing on those areas as possible. I'm hoping the washing machine will take care of it. Let's move on to the soft bristle to clean up the mesh area inside as well as the sock liner. The shoe's just awkward to grab. It's a heavy shoe too. The mesh is cleaning up nicely. Most of the stains that were in there are coming out nicely, so I'm pretty sure the washing machine is gonna do a great job bringing the mesh back. There are a couple stains though on the tongue, specifically on this patch, that are in there. A little bit more scrubbing, I think it'll get it out. The next brush we're gonna be using is our stiff bristle brush to clean up these soles. There are some deep stains on the sides. The bristle brush is not gonna get that out, but the brass bristle will. I'll show you guys in a minute. All right, so for comparison purposes, I'll show you guys. As you can see on this side, there's grime on the edges. I hit it with the stiff bristle brush pretty hard. It didn't come out. Let's see if the brass bristle will do the job. All right guys, so here's a quick update. So far so good. The sides are cleaning up nicely, just like how I predicted. We still gotta do this last section over here, but I'll give you guys a close up on this area right here. This area pretty much looked like how this area looked a few minutes ago before I hit it with the brass bristle. This shows you that the brass bristle really works on soles. By the way though, be careful since we are working real close to the leather. Don't scrape the leather, it'll damage it. Now let's put the shoe inside our little sneaker laundry bag and put them inside the washing machine. All right guys, time to risk everything. Let's see if the shoe cleans up or gets destroyed in the washing machine. Don't forget to use some Reshoevn8r detergent. This stuff's the absolute best because there's no dyes. It's 100% natural. It won't ruin your shoes. Always use a small cycle with cold water. It doesn't matter if you're using a Chinese washing machine or an American washing machine, it all works the same. So let's turn it on first. Small, since we are only cleaning one shoe. Cold water and start. Alrighty guys, shoes are at the washing machine. They have dried overnight. Check them out. Overall, the cleaning came out really, really well. The tongues, the sock liner, it's all back to white. Same thing with the inside. What kind of sucks though is what I predicted came true. A lot of separation. The separation was pretty minimal in some areas, but I started picking at it. I was gonna have to do that anyway. I wasn't gonna re-glue little areas when the rest of the inside, it was starting to fall apart. So what I did was just start picking at the shoe. As you can see, this piece, and even this back piece started separating. I was expecting these areas to separate, but honestly, I wasn't expecting this piece to separate. It's not an issue. That's really easy to fix. I'm just surprised. These shoes are old anyway, so it was gonna need a re-glue anyway. What happens with really old shoes, the glue starts to dry out, and that causes the glue to become bitter and just separate. This shoe's from 1999, making it almost 20 years. But the next thing we're gonna do is remove the yellowing off the soles and this back cage. Let's do it. Of course, we're gonna be using Salon Care 40 and Saran Wrap and my indoor setup. That doesn't change. Alright guys, shoes are fresh out the indoor setup. As you can see, the soles definitely look a lot wider all around. For the soles, I only gave it one session. That's all it needed. I'll show you guys a side-by-side comparison of what they look like. Obviously on this shoe, there's some grime, but under that grime, there is some yellowing, and you can definitely tell the after looks a lot better. So we're gonna keep it moving. The next thing we're gonna do is glue pretty much the entire shoe. There's a lot of separation here, right here, and the back piece. We'll start with the sides. The first thing we gotta do is do some taping. As you can see, I taped up the blue section because we don't want to get any acetone on that area. If we get any acetone, it's gonna ruin the paint job. We don't want that. We don't want more work. Also, we're gonna be using cotton swabs instead of cotton balls, just because we're working with a tighter section. And if we use cotton balls, it's gonna be a lot messier and more work. Like I said, we don't want that. So using cotton swabs and acetone, we're gonna remove the old glue so we can lay down the new glue. All right, so we got this piece taped up. We're gonna lay down some Barge and finish cement glue. Using a cotton swab, we're gonna lay down a thin coat, wait about 7 minutes, then clamp it together. We got the glue laid down. Like I said, we're gonna have to wait 7 minutes for the glue to cure. But before we do that, we wanna remove the tape right away, because if we wait till the very end, what's gonna happen is the tape is gonna rip off the glue, and that's just gonna make you need to go back and apply some more glue. So now, let's wait 7 minutes. 7 minutes are up, let's clamp it. All right, so far so good. Alignment's pretty good. It's holding up pretty well. Obviously, we just have to let it cure for a while, but everything looks good. It bonded pretty nicely. All right. So what I'm gonna do next is put like a few pieces of tape on the blue area and tape it on the uppers, just so it could kind of, you know, help it clamp together as I work on the other sections of the shoe. All right, guys, all done with the glue job. So far, so good. Everything lined up perfectly. No glue where there shouldn't be. The last step we gotta do is this last portion on the back. All right, so far so good. All we gotta do now is let the whole shoe dry, let it cure for a few hours so we can move on to the next step. All right, guys, we're about 75% done with the shoe. The cleaning's done. All the gluing all around the shoe is complete. So pretty much the last step we gotta do is paint the strip that wraps around the whole shoe using some white paint. We're not gonna be using an airbrush or a paintbrush, but we are gonna be using a sponge. I was messing with it. It just lays down a lot easier. It's pretty easy to do, just kind of dab it on. I didn't do any taping on the inside, so you are gonna wanna be careful, you know, not to go too crazy. It looks pretty solid on the first coat, but you're gonna wanna give it at least 3 or 4 more coats. There you go. All right, guys, this side's pretty much complete. What we're gonna do next is remove the tape, go over it with the heat gun one more time, and then we'll move on to the other side. As you can see on this side, it's pretty dingy. Here's a side-by-side comparison of the before, actually before and after. Keep it moving, keep it moving. Honestly, guys, that came out way better than I expected. When I first started this video, that was the part I was dreading. I wasn't sure exactly how I was gonna do it. Like I said, the airbrush was gonna be a lot of tape work. The paintbrush, I know it's gonna come out chunky, caked on, uneven areas. The sponge really came through. It looks nice and even, perfect all around, almost factory, you can't even tell. We're pretty much done with this restoration, guys. Everything looks pretty good. The glue job's done, cleaning's done, touched up that white area. The last thing we gotta do is lace the shoe up and spray it with water and stain repellent on this area only, since it is a fabric material and we did paint it. So we wanted it to stick on, so we gotta use Reshoevn8r water and stain repellent. Let's lace it up. Just so you know, do this outside in a ventilated area. I was lazy, I did it in my office. Now me and Lee are gonna die. All right, YouTube, that is gonna bring us to an end on this restoration on these Air Jordan 15s. Overall, I thought the shoe was gonna be an easier project. I was wrong. It was a little tricky, but you know, those problems that I had quickly got resolved. Toughest part of this whole restoration was the glue job. These shoes are really, really old, 1999. Acetone or Daisy spray, as soon as it touches the material, it will eat it, it will deteriorate, you know, it will cause permanent damage. And number 2, the paint, like I mentioned, is like a latex paint. It's not really paint. So if I was to remove the entire blue paint job, under it was gonna be a textured fabric material. So if I was gonna paint over it, I was not gonna get this glossy, smooth effect. So those were the reasons why I made this glue job so tricky to do. But overall, it came out really clean. Everything lined up perfectly. No glue where there shouldn't be. And that's pretty much it, guys. Glue job, deoxidized, painting the uppers, removing the creasing. The last thing, which wasn't really the last thing because I did this first, was the deep clean. We use Reshoevn8r's 3-brush advanced Tinker laundry system to make this cleaning possible. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Head over to Reshoevn8r.com, buy some products, subscribe and like our YouTube channel. That helps our channel grow. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Once again, this is Vic. I'll see you guys next Monday.